situation. Size on Nash.
And Nash drops it in.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Nash going to have to pop it, and he got it.
DeMar Johnson just 1.2 rebounds last night.
Time to shoot.
Got the bigger Cardinal on him, and he weighs everybody off, so he wants this on his own.
Nash staring at Nowitzki.
Nash with Odom coming out on him. Nash, he's going to pop the big one. Got it. He got it.
He said, Pop screams at me all the time because he wants me to be better. It was
Kept that one alive. Nash pulls up.
Sura guarding Nash. 8 to shoot.
And a 4-point lead now for San Antonio. Duncan with 25.
To take it, even though he's been slowing the pace down.
Nash. Charlotte. What they wanted. They clear aside. He can shoot or drive.
Nash will hit the. Nash over Eli.
League in scoring. Kings right behind Washington, third best. Nash straight.
Guys here at the Pepsi Center. Now Russell switches out on Nash. Nash pulls up.
They sure are, Pete, and they're playing the energy game, which is really great right now with this beat.
Got to help Garnett there by drawing and getting in there defensively to cut off that.
I mean, they come out, and here they switch. Garnett switching on Nash. Nash will pop it.
Stoudemire sets him in the post for Nash. He pulls up over Kukoc.
Can Nash get it going? They're stepping out with size on little Stevie.
Has a little trouble with the handle. Face to face with Lopez. Fires again.
Sonic shooting 72%.
Now for Sam Cassell. Nash trying to take Sam in. Pulls back. Hit it.
Nash has not shot the ball.
With 9 points here in the opening period.
Rush him out of the way is right as you see Nash pull up and shoot. Made the little jump shot.
Stoudemire, Marion Nash, Jimmy Jackson, Quentin Richardson, the 5 for Phoenix. Steve Nash.
Trying to get timeout, he didn't. 111-108. Nash goes. This is 3 for the tie. Good! I'm going to get a lot more playing time to keep doing that.
Nash, he'll settle it himself.
Take the lead. Nash against Nowitzki for the tie. Nash.
Steve Nash working hard
For scoring chances, but he's a very, very effective offensive player. 2 on the clock.
Yep, and next at their game. And that's the mark of greatness. Nash trying to find something. Oh,
The guard, too. 6'11", was so good off the bounce. Shoot the three-point shot. Jumped out of the gym.
4:10 remaining here on TSN first half. Nash on a crossover. Ribby got.
By Nowitzki. And Nash with the jumper.
And one of the keys is to attack him. He's not going to guard Steve Nash. They're going to try to hide.
It's a snowball, and you lose a bit of your confidence.
And that still will be a problem.
Nash picked up by Korver. It's a tough matchup for Korver. Nash is going to try to use an advantage in the corner. 8:55 to go in the third. Suns by 1. Nash again. Same shot.
Greg, you mentioned Dan D'Antoni. That's the brother of Mike D'Antoni.
Hawks have to take advantage.
Phoenix 5-4 in second games of back-to-backs. This might get Nash going.
Nash
Birthday at the start.
Nash on the pull-up.
No.
Played the same way. Got all the way to game 6.
the switch this time. Nash has Walton, gets him spacing.
Brings it off to Nash. Got a mismatch now as Brad Miller jumps out on Nash, and Nash early in this ball game. Here's Nash now. They're going to have a mismatch. His front
in his lifetime.
I'm telling you, he is so smooth.
He knows he's got quantity.
Make it 29 for Bryant. And here is Nash at the other end, and that was Suns -3 in rebounding so far. Nash on Vujacic.
Nash right now they're going to use clock with 10 to shoot. As soon as I say that, he may blast one. He will. It's up. It's in. The reigning MVP. Up with the 3. And
he goes inside, and they have a switch now as Camby jumps out on him, and Nash just shoots it over. Nash likes to pop.
Playing as a team, beating, granted, an injury-depleted Miami squad, but just 2 players.
Here on TNT, Game 6 between the Mavericks and the Suns. Coverage starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Here's Nash for 3.
Trying to set it up. They have a switch out now with Camby on Nash. Nash with a 3. Got it.
It's 4th on the Sixers.
5 of 6.
Well, just way too comfortable, able to get a dribble, compose himself, and just let it go.
Now, Daniel Marshall is trying to guard him inside. That means Abilene should go out on the perimeter.
Nash has one on him, likes the matchup. Gonna shoot it from outside.
Marion, 2 to shoot. 1. Nash will take it and make it.
What a shot.
Phillips 21 points in the second half. There's Nash operating and knocks it down.
So that's high percentage stuff. And remember, Coach at halftime mentioned the Bucks are switching on these.
Cox is on him now. Nash with 4 to shoot, glances at the clock, dribbles into his comfort zone.
Lineup the Bucks have put on the floor has been able to defend the Suns as well as score.
And Nash for this year. Nash will back it up. Nash with 19 points, 6 assists in that.
Nash again. This time,
Nash pulls up on Jeffries. Got it.
Now Little down to 13. This is not over. Nash now fouled away, and Steve Nash.
Serbiak somehow has Nash. Now Pierce has got Nash. Pierce decides to back.
Swings it, center of the floor to Nash, operating 9 to shoot. Nash.
Is down to 13 in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Nash for 3.
The Lakers getting some production from the other players besides Bryant. Nash.
This lead, their biggest of the game, playing the Suns very well. Nash from outside, and that's 18 points, 7 assists. Boy, it's good to have him back. And he'll try a 3. And he now have got to hit somebody with a hot hand. And maybe it's going to be Nash.
Offseason. Nash. His first shot.
Absolutely get stopped. You can't go into somebody else's building and allow them to shoot over 60%.
On 6 in a row at home. They're 26 and 6 on the air. Nash with a 2. It's on the shot clock now. With 5, Nash will put it up and get it.
Shooting about 42% on the air.
So it's a little stagnant once again with their half-court off.
To get to Golden State, and Golden State to me was probably the better series than the Boston.
Number 1 in assists in the NBA. Cassell is on him.
Shooting 3-point team. They have not been able to knock any threes down.
Over Duncan, it's Nash.
That time by Stoudemire. Suns up 9-8, 7.5 to go in the first quarter. There.
Now back in there. Nash out of the corner. Shot clock down to 6. Mismatch. Nash a jumper. He can't.
Came in as a free agent with the Miami Heat. Played over in France and Austria.
Was a point of emphasis. Hasn't been when Phoenix has had the ball tonight.
Nash picked it up here in the second quarter. Again, Duncan defending on Nash.
Yes. Team is at 6 turnovers into a point, and they only have 2 fast break points. Steve Nash.
It almost looks like he's playing in slow motion. Tough shot. Oh, my.
shot clock at 7 for Phoenix. Nash over Rip. Nash, Kurt Thomas, and Sean Marion. 5 on the shot clock. Nash fires over.
Cutter from the weak side. That is Don Nelson basketball.
Nash launching
31 already, and that's called a heat check. Kobe Bryant wanted to know if he still had it coming out in the second half. First time all afternoon, Amari Stoudemire gambling defensively, allowing Duncan to
Have a mismatch. Forrest coming out on Nash. Nash trying to search it out. He's going to shoot it. Oh.
3 blue jerseys up ahead. Nash fires over David West.
Switch. Collins comes out on Nash. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Gonna have to pump and got it.
The greatest development for the Mavericks this year from last is their mental toughness.
On one end, they're attacking on the other. Unselfish movement. Nash off balance.
Again, there's 2 defenders. Nash, tough shot. Puts it in series, and they have not disappointed. Steve Nash again.
Nash played by Duncan, who does not want to pick up a 5th. Nash for 3. Yes. In this third quarter, Game 5 of the Western Conference semifinal series.
Nash now with Oriana, knocks it through. It's good.
10 on the shot clock. The pick and roll with Diaz. Oberto comes off and Nash back. Nash a little fall away from four. Back out, so they reset. And here is Nash. Wednesday.
No easy games here for Phoenix.
Nash will quickly into the forecourt.
No time to celebrate made baskets.
Oh boy. Down a switch being defended by Box. Amari wanted inside position. Nash fires away. Straight.
Bad week. Yeah, and right now, San Antonio would play the Lakers in two shot blockers, and Skinner and Amari controlling the basket.
And from outside.
Pull up over Josh Smith, good.
Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Nash pulls up, brings it out to Barbosa. 8 on the shot clock. Nash with a mismatch on Stoyaka.
Gotta have to play on this side of the floor a little bit, though.
Got a mismatch now as E comes out on Nash, and have a mismatch. Villanueva on him. 1:36 left to go in his first half. Nash got
5 on the clock. Gotta get your hand up. Nash casts off. Three-pointer good.
Nash whirling over
Leaves the game at 11 with his first basket. Nash.
But Nash is so smart, he knows when to stop, when to go. Nash over Frost.
What happens? Recently, not enough. Tonight, they're passing out of that double team and hitting.
Out it comes down to Nash. Nash picked up by Navarro. Nash is going to try another shot, and he has his.
Now, Coach, it's great the Heat played such an outstanding first half, but the question is, can you sustain that kind of...
He'll back it out with 9 on the shot clock. Goodman trying to stay with it.
And that's for 5 from behind the three-point line. Phoenix 4 for 6.
That Phoenix forced them to take perimeter shots.
Yes and no. I mean, I think, yeah.
Players in the league, and just get better and better. And for a Clipper team that's been riddled with injuries, he's been really the only.
Looking inside. Nash trying to shake Ross. Ross in his face. And that
to 10.
last time they met, 318 points were scored in that double. Up and they're getting up going, and so all of a sudden now Nash will pull up, and he hit.
Mikey Moore on Steve Nash.
And Raja down there, Raja giving up about 3 inches, so either he's got to do a better job of
controlling the game. Nash again with a 3. Boy, he's hit.
Too many Amari going to China.
7 blocks by the Suns. That's what they're averaging now for the Suns. Suns tied with Dallas, the best record in the West.
That's where you can punish the Suns team. You let someone else waste it for 6 seconds. You go get on that glass.
Nash a 3.
Nash goes baseline. They switch now. They have a mismatch. Gooden comes out on Nash. Nash
hit 70% of those.
Nash.
Again, if I'm Tap Scott, I will sit him to the locker.
I hear you. And there's Robinson getting ready to come into the Suns lineup. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Suns up 21-12. Nash baseline.
Defensively, and actually, before the Shaq trade, they were a good fourth quarter.
Defending. Shot clock at 5. Mismatch against Williams and Stevie Nash.
Disheartening for Phoenix. They played great defense on that play for 24 seconds, and then he...
Baseline. Yeah, they have switched out. Anthony.
It's on top.
And you've seen a different emotion here in...
First half. Nash trying to work off a Barbosa screen. Launches a 3.
A two-man game.
Well, that was an interesting shot by Duhan, who had the tip.
Without Shaq, you thought he'd have a lot of breathing space tonight, didn't you? Here comes Nash and Carter. That's a...
Gets a rub from Hill into the corner. Steps back on Durant.
I know that I can go to him at the end of the game. He's such a poor free throw shooter. Is he a go-to guy?
To see. Up tempo. Run and gun. Nash back the other way. Suns down by 7. Nash trying to cut it to 5. He started the ball game shooting, and now going to take one and hit it.
And now Nash with Spencer Hawes on him. And
off to a spectacular start.
Nash, Arch Deluxe down it.
Yeah, he's averaging 6.5 rebounds a game. The Mavs now outscored the Suns 9-2.
Teams do in this league, and the Suns have to find a way to repel it.
78-71, lead cut to 7, and they're
13th year on at Santa Clara.
See, this is what the fans in Phoenix want more of. They want more of Steve Nash.
Nash getting that pick from Stoudemire. Switched off to Nash now. Odom plays him. Nash, yes, he has 15 points all in the second quarter. It's his third three. Nash tonight has gone 1 of 6 at 3. Oh, what?
Suns by 2. 2:14 to go in the third. Getting ready to come back in will be Jawan Howard for the Blazers. Nash pulls up and hit.
They have gotten the ball to the open man.
Here's Nash against Pendergraph on a mismatch.
He's playing with extreme confidence right now.
Nuggets by a deuce here in the early going.
I guess they say the hand was out before. Nash going to take his third. Nash now with Hawes on him.
Boy, that's got to make a move with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Amari's back in shape, ready to go. And Nash is up. Camby comes out on him. 3:57 to go. Nash with a 3-ball. Yes! 30 seconds left in the first half.
Nice job by Amari Stoudemire, not challenging there.
And there guys who over dribble like that, their teammates stand and watch. And with him, there's slashing and cutting.
Flipping it back out to Nash, 7 to shoot. Nash long 3, and that's
Angeles Lakers. Nash picked up by Martin on a jump switch.
And blocked a couple shots.
Item jumping out on Nash, who fires for.
If I were him, go inside and try to get an easy one rather than shoot a long jump. How about it?
A lot of physical play inside between Fry and Ginobili. Nash humps and got it.
And jumped a little too soon when the ball hit the rim a second time. J.O. was there.
Beat by 3. Boss pushed him underneath the basket.
Here is Nash, the Canadian, the greatest Canadian.
Terrible call.
35 seconds left in the third quarter. Nash launches it.
You see how Nash never gives up that dribble, not unless he has to.
And
all the Phoenix Suns out there, everybody with their attention on Ginobili still gets.
And Rudy Fernandez, who had started the first 3 games, now in the game.
Now back down to a whisper game. Haven't heard as much. Nash steps back to the.
For that shot by Nash, whether it was behind the line, could be a 2. Here's Nash.
And saying throughout the series, he'll live with 30-plus games from Kobe Bryant as long as they're out. Again here tonight, only 1 basket. Once again, Gasol jumping out on Nash. One of the keys from coach to switch on defense. Big Dice goes out on
Nash.
Well, that's what you want. You want to have a big body to affect those, as we see a switch here. Tim Duncan.
Guard has ever played at, and that includes Magic Johnson, Stockton, everybody. Here's Nash over the top of Martin.
early. Nash 12 assists and 1 turnover against San Antonio.
Out of the memory banks. Now you've got an opponent. You just got to play on and focus tonight. Steve Nash's first shot landed. Make it difficult on Steve Nash. Takes a very tough.
See, this is the other difference to the Suns when they were not with D'Antoni.
They put 2 shots. Trying to battle back from that knee surgery. You can see now 13 offensive rebounds. I'll tell you, for the faint of heart, you shouldn't be around tonight. This is going to be quite a game. As the game, Stoudemire with 18 along with Nash. Nash trying to go for 20. Got it.
Switch here. Terry guards Nash, and a jump shot is on the money.
Channing Frye, he only had 25 threes over his first 3 years of his career. He comes to a 50.
Nash looks up, shot clock winding. Nash over Gallinari. Nash.
Nash is working here, trying to find a shot. That is a
4:26 to go in the third. Nash still trying to find an angle.
Switch to Frye. Frye not really a post player. Nash again. Nash.
You plead Magic's case.
I'm just saying.
Here's Nash.
Bill Jackson going with size and length on Nash.
Time down. Now Nash. Over Kenyon.
Previously by Lee. So all the Knicks with a knack right now.
Nash. Steve Nash trying to get an opening with 4. Takes inside Horford. Follow away.
Playing this style of basketball.
Suns 13-4 run. Nash put a shoulder.
Play the Wizards on Saturday. Nash against Aldridge. Nash points, 4 rebounds. I thought the 3 he hit last night really got the Suns going. Oh!
That they cannot score the basketball.
At the start of the night, Carmelo was 1/10 of the point up.
Oh, 3 to shoot.
Yep, and there he goes. He got it.
But Amari's been very effective and very efficient on the offensive end.
Sends a screen. 6th pick of this draft. Inside goes Nash. Beautiful pirouette here in this first quarter. Portland by 5. Inside Nash. Spin move on Blake. Beautiful.
Drawing
defenders to him to open it up for Lee. Nash spins, fall away,
4% from the field, but look for him always attacking that basket.
Here's Steve Nash coming back. Nash.